All right, guys, we got a good show for you today. We're from Princeton, New Jersey. We're at the Hun School. We're with Jacob Allen. He's the #1 player in New Jersey. He's committed to Rutgers. And we're also with Owen Anderson, who goes to the Hun School. 3-star recruit, committed to Illinois. Thanks for coming on, guys. So we always like to, a lot of guys that help out with the show, they're all like football players or D1 athletes like ourselves, How did you guys get into like football? Everyone's got like a different story, we found out.
So I always grew up loving the Giants, playing football, and I started playing flag football around like 2nd, 3rd grade. Always had a great time, And then once I started to get older, and my love for the game just grew and grew, and I just knew it was for me, and I had success with it, and it's just been a great ride so far.
Yeah. So just like flag football, front right up. Yeah. What about you, Jacob?
It started for me around middle school when my dad coached me for Little League or Pop Warner, and I always had fun with football because I was allowed to hurt kids. Like being a bigger kid, like growing up being a bigger kid, you would accidentally hurt someone and be like, oh, but then being allowed to hurt people.
It's funny. My dad, he was playing, I think it's like 5th grade. They had like a yellow thing on him because he wasn't allowed to hit kids because he broke like 2 guys' collarbones his 5th grade. It was funny. So yeah, I get that for sure. Was there like a play any of you guys had where you're like, man, this is my sport? Or
I think my first time playing on varsity and scoring a touchdown, that was a great moment for me. Actually feeling that's when something clicked for me.
What about you? You have a moment?
Oh, definitely. So I was in 7th grade. It was first game of the season, and the first play of the game, I was running a seam route. I was in the slot, and I caught the ball with one hand and scored. I was like, that's like the best feeling ever, I love that.
Yeah. The one hand, man. That's nothing beats
exactly,
that.
Yep.
I'm interested because is this like Rutgers territory? What is?
Yeah, pretty much all of Jersey. Like it's only Power 5 school in Jersey, so.
So growing up, what was like your favorite college team you guys rooted for? Did you guys have one? It's kind of.
I've always been a Penn State fan, and when Saquon came in and Trace McSorley, I loved Penn State in middle school. So yeah. I mean, I've liked Rutgers too, but more of a Penn State guy.
I never had a team that I was really fully devoted for. I just kind of watched football every now and again.
Yeah, I was a grown-up big Ohio State fan, lived close to campus, so I love getting the Big Ten guys on. I've really started to get to know them. Recruiting, I had it, not the extent you guys had, but when I had it, it was a pain in the ass, I'm going to be honest with you. How was it for you guys? Talk about your experience.
For me, recruiting, all my offers came in like the first week of Corona, like when quarantine happened, so no visits for the whole year. And what showed for me, like over time, like I'm not good at answering my phone, as you saw, to set up this interview, but like, so across the board, I didn't really answer my phone much, and over the year, like coaches would just stop trying, and they obviously like didn't want me enough. So, but Rutgers was the only school that really throughout the whole year consistently kept in contact with me, so just showed how much they cared about me.
Yeah. What about you?
Well, so my recruitment process has definitely been very long. So I started out as a 2021, and so I was committed to Monmouth. I committed during Corona, and I was all set to go there. But in the fall, our head coach, Coach Smith, was like, "I got a great opportunity for you to reclass at Hun, and get some bigger offers, and let's see how you do this season and stuff." So I mean, that was definitely a big step. It sucked to decommit, but I also wanted to play big time football, and I had a good season, and like these offers started coming in, which was great. But like Jacob said, getting these calls, 3-4 different calls a day, it's just like, come on, let me live. But you only get recruited once, so you got to appreciate it.
Yeah, I've never been a big fan, especially. I was supposed to do an interview with one of the players at Ohio State right before he was visiting. He was a 2023, and people give all this crystal ball and all that stuff. I've hated that because, it's your decision. Why do people care so much? And that's what I've always, thought. You kind of mentioned it with a little bit how Rutgers was like persistent with you, and that was a big reason why you went there. What was Illinois for you?
Illinois was definitely persistent as well. I mean, at first they took a little bit to offer me. I mean, I think they contacted me in February, late February.
Yeah.
And we really like you, and they kept saying that, but never extended the offer until like middle of March. They finally offered me. But you know, the coaching staff there is great. I love the tight ends coach and Coach B. You know, they're great.
I love Coach B. I talk about Rutgers, Greg Schiano, Buckeye guy, D coordinator. I loved him there, man. He was a great guy. What's he been like with you? Have you got to meet him?
Yeah. A week before Corona hit, I went for the 22-23 day, and I was in his office, and that's when I got the offer of last year. And yeah, he's definitely a no BS guy, and it's something you can tell just talking to him. Which is another thing I really appreciate across the Rutgers staff. Like there's a lot of Jersey guys on that staff. Yeah. It's crazy to see, and yeah, they've never BS'd me, which I've always appreciated.
You guys, I think, had the best recruiting class coming in you guys ever have had coming up soon. Talk about what he's building there. You feel like it's something different, or what's the feeling like? You went there a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
Did you meet any of the players or anything, and what's going on?
Yeah, I dapped a few of them up. That was about it. They're all great dudes from what I saw. But I think Rutgers is definitely slept on because of the past years. Like, why wouldn't it be? Which is great, and I think that makes the team and the staff hungry, and I think we're coming up for some good stuff.
You know, we're talking about Brett. Brett's first year, big expectations. You know, I think he's going to do a lot for Champaign and everything. What was it like? You went a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah,
it's the same.
Official,
yeah. What was it like meeting him and just being on campus and stuff? For the first time?
As soon as we got there, they did each recruit went one by one into Coach B's office, and he sat me down. We had a great conversation. Like Jacob said with Coach Schiano, he's no BS, and he's also very personable, and you can really talk with him, which is great. And I think there's big things ahead. He's going to really do great things for the program.
I kind of was meaning to ask this earlier, but I kind of forgot. When you guys were being recruited and stuff, did you look at a lot of the film of teams and just see where you'd fit best in the system, or how do you guys go about something like that?
Yeah, I definitely started paying attention to the teams that offer me more, on TV.
Yeah, just seeing where you'd fit best and different things like that.
Definitely, that was a big part of my decision for Illinois. They keep 2-3 tight ends on the field at all times, which is great for me, and which I would love to be a part of. So I can definitely see myself fitting in their scheme.
We're here. We always we're big hometown guys. We came to Hun. What's the school mean to you and everything it's done for you?
The school means a lot. I've been here 4 years. I mean, I'm definitely a different person coming out than the guy came in. But yeah, I mean, I've developed as an athlete, a student, and a person. I live 10 minutes away, so that's great. But yeah, it's been all good stuff here.
I think I've had a lot of great experiences at this school, and I think coming here brought me to the best opportunity of my life. And I think if I stayed where I was at, I'd be at the worst. Because I would still be 21. The season would have been my senior season would have been messed with. Now my upcoming senior season, it's looking clear. 10 games, and having to commit over Corona, that for kids that haven't been able to see campus at all, that would have been tough. So reclassing was definitely a game changer for me.
You talked about the 10 games. You guys played 6. You guys traveled a little bit. I was surprised with COVID and everything, but you guys went 3-3. It was tough season for you guys. At least got to play. I know a lot of kids that got screwed and didn't even get to play. Did you guys have a shortened playbook or condensed at all, or do you guys get to run everything you did? How do you think the season went?
Definitely simplified, but nothing crazy, but definitely a little more simple for everyone to understand it quickly. Because we didn't have a summer at all last season, which that hurt us. It would a place like Hun or any prep school, really, a lot of kids transfer in, so it was a lot of strangers on the field at first.
Yeah, I know a couple of guys. They played a game and then wait 5 weeks because it's just all this crap. It's someone gets COVID, they're out, that team can't play next week, then playoffs happen. I mean, it was really hard, I feel to find a rhythm. Did you feel like that was?
Definitely.
Was it hard to find a rhythm or no?
Sure, yeah. It was, and not being able to converse, like we weren't allowed in the locker room. We were able to play music. Like all the fun stuff of football got taken away. And then, of course, playing on the field is the funnest, but all the side,
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. Personal goals you guys set for last season. You accomplish everything you want. You leave anything on the field where you're working on right now, and you're like, this is what I want to get better with.
Well, I think I had probably one of my best seasons. I left it all out there, but one aspect of my game I could definitely, I guess, get better at is blocking. I did miss a few blocks, but other than that, I felt good about my play. So yeah.
I think I definitely have a lot to prove this year. Last year wasn't my strongest year. I came in weighing 240. I'm about 300 pounds now. At one point I was 220 at the start of last summer. Yeah, it was insane. Corona's put me in a bad mental space and just dropped a lot of weight. And that affected me big time. But I'm feeling way better this year, more confident.
That's awesome. Bobby Burlesworth? Have you ever heard of him? You gave me that mentality, man. Gained 60 pounds. You remember that? You see that? I watched that movie. I was like, holy crap, that man put on some weight, but he became great. What's your biggest strengths on the field, do you think?
Definitely being receiving tight end, because I switched from receiver to tight end from my sophomore to junior senior year. Because my coach sat me down. He said, these schools want to see you at tight end, because I didn't have receiver speed, but shifting to being guarded by linebackers and safeties, I've definitely very thrived on the field and all that. So yeah.
I would say for me, being a left tackle, being my size, I'm still decently athletic, which is I'm big, but I don't move like I'm big. I move like I'm not fat, which is
nimble on the field.
Yeah,
nimble
of course, nimble.
Yeah. Growing up, you guys played different sports. Obviously, you guys probably have different players you grew up and looked up to. Is there any current former players you look up to?
I'd have to go with Ferguson with the Jets. I'm a Jets fan. Yeah.
Even though I'm a Giants fan, I gotta say Gronk. He's definitely a role model as a tight end. He's big.
Gronk. You might be the first person to say Gronk's a role. Yeah. All right. What's the best play you ever made?
I know one for you.
I have two.
I know one for you. But for me, I would say this year versus Paramus Catholic, it was right before halftime. No, it was in the first quarter. I caught the ball, it was 4th and long, and I ran all the way down to the 1. We were at the 50, and this kid tries to tackle me. I stiff-armed him down and kind of half hurdled him.
Yeah.
And then I got up, I was like, wow, I just did that. That actually just happened. So that was probably my best play, and it's one of the first plays on my tape, I watched it over and over.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is definitely mine.
Gotta get the huddle views.
Yeah, exactly.
For me, I had this play against Blair, where against a Rutgers guy now, actually, Victor. Yeah, he was coming off the edge, and it was a pass, and I'm blocking him. Then I just thrust really hard and just fall right on top of him. And I'm my feet are completely sticking up in the air. I'm just on top of him, and then I fall on my back. It was crazy. And then also one time versus Life Christian, it was a punt return, and I ran down and tackled him, and he had to go off in the stretcher. That was a great feeling. Yeah, that was fun.
That's funny. We never took anyone home like Michael Orr. Never took anyone home. Okay. In your free time when you're on the field, what do you like to do?
Definitely, I play a lot of Xbox.
2K guy or Madden?
Everything. I'm going through a MLB The Show phase right now.
Oh yeah, it's the summer
season. Exactly. But I also like to hang with the boys, work out. I love watching movies. So yeah.
What's favorite movie?
Favorite movie.
I always hate when people do that to me. It's too fast.
I just watched a really good one too. Oh, Godfather 2. Godfather 2.
That's Steven's
easily.
Godfather 2. Our friend Steven, that's his favorite movie.
Best of all time.
Yeah, pretty much the same for me. I'll work out. I got a girlfriend in October, so my first love. Yeah, I'm a big girlfriend guy right now. Yeah. So spending a lot of time with her, but which I like.
Yeah, that's good.
For sure.
Yeah, that's good. Spend a little bit spend a little bit of money, get things going like that. Wait, what's your favorite movie? Yeah, he said it. So I gotta ask you now, man.
I like Blow with Johnny Depp.
Okay, yeah.
It's a good movie.
Okay, yeah.
I've never seen it, but I've heard it.
I haven't seen it, but I have heard good things. Okay. So we always finish up with these final two questions. You know, throughout your course of your career, what's the best piece of advice you think you ever heard?
You know, don't compare yourself to others, especially in the recruiting aspect. On Twitter, you see a guy that gets an offer, you're like, he's better than me. No, just put your head down and work. Rankings mean nothing.
Bullshit.
It's all BS. You have to just outwork everyone and just, you know, have the mentality of just if you mess up, next play and stuff like that. Just it's just how it is, you know. Especially all the recruits through Corona. Recruiting was definitely all messed up and messed with a lot of kids' heads. But you just can't let any of that get to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely just get out of your own head and have some fun, for sure, on the field. Like, just don't think too much.
Yeah, I always, because I teach tennis right now, I always tell kids there's much worse things you can do than being on a court or in your a field, you know what I mean? A lot of people have things. This is the hardest question you guys will probably get asked is, when your football career is over down the line, right? How do you want people to remember you?
I want to be remembered as a great guy, good friends, you know, friendly guy, maybe even funny too. I consider myself kind of funny. But, you know, just all around good guy, hopefully, what others think of me. But yeah, definitely, all good things.
Yeah, definitely someone that you could talk to, a good guy too, as Owen said, but someone who wasn't afraid either. I don't want to be known as someone that was afraid.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, Paul, give Jacob the XL. We always I have the pen in the car, so we do a wall of guest things. So I was going to have you guys sign a picture, but we give everyone a guest on the show a shirt or stuff.
Definitely.
And, you know, we're 8 hours away from home. We're 8 hours away from home, from Ohio. We're in Princeton, New Jersey.
That's it.
We got that's the original one. We have a better one coming.
Sports, love it.
Yeah, there you go.
But,
you guys on Instagram or Twitter or anything?
yeah, Oliver. Yeah, I'll show you guys the stuff after we're done and everything.
Definitely.
But you know, we really appreciate it, Jacob Owen. Thanks for
It was
coming.
awesome. I loved it. Yeah, thank you.